Here we are. Have to forgive the background noise. The sheep and my neighbor's goats are winding down for the evening. They always put on a spectacular show. So here is where we didn't want to be when we first started off this whole project. So yeah, try to avoid the inevitable, and you just delay the inevitable. So what we got here is it's all broken down, took the insides out. You probably saw me do that, and it all went very well. The long bolt that holds the round thing into the pumpkin kind of doesn't want to go in, so I'm gonna need to take and clean that out with the thread chaser. So what we got going on here is, if you can see, hopefully you can see this right at the ends here. It's like it nicks down, and then this looks like it's smaller. So what I like to do is just cut it here where it's like the end of the same diameter, and then 2.5 inches over, cut it there, and then weld it on. Do that, basically that on both sides. So what I do is, basically make it right about there. So where the tape measure's ending would be where a cut would be, and then at the 2.5 inch right here, that would just be shifted over to where that's at. These guys are going to come off, obviously. Luckily I just barely stitch welded those on, so there's a little good news, a little ray of sunshine. Man, look at this fancy slide hammer thing, bearing puller thing that I got. Yeah, got this off of eBay. Got this off of eBay for like, oh, this is the new Monkey Fab t-shirt. 15 bucks on the website, monkeyfabgarage.com. Monkeyfabgarage.com. For this one is like navy blue with a silver monkey, and I got these guys with black with a silver monkey, like a silverback monkey. And in the military, it's like the classic military green, again with the silver monkey. So yeah, so ordered this off of the eBays or the Amazon. Is that it? That's it. And I probably need to do something to try to secure this so as to not let it slide off the jack stand. That'd probably be smart. Or not. We're just gonna, like a jackass, we're just gonna smash it and see if we can get it to pop out. I don't know if it will or not. But this is a nice set. This is a nice hammer here. It's got some heft to it. There we go. Well, just destroyed that bearing, huh? It just knocked the bearing right out of there. I guess I need a bigger one. Oh yeah, I think we got a wiener. We got a wiener here. I probably could even save that bearing had I been a little more astute. But hey, might as well put new bearings in it. Might as well. My friends from Missouri, my old Army buddies, came by to visit me today. It was really nice to see those guys, them and their wives. It's you know, when you're in the military, you talk to your friends that get out, which you know, they always complain about, like, oh, I miss the camaraderie, and you're always like, whatever, dude. I won't miss anything about the military, but you really do. Uh-oh, what's going on here? yapping here. So, yeah, it's probably a big reason why I make these videos. It just gives me someone to yap to, even if it's just myself. I've always been exceedingly good at speaking to myself, just talking to myself. Okay. All right, look at that. Got it. Got him. And yeah, that was super easy. So the plans, I did call the metal store today. I did want to get aluminum, I was saying, is because the aluminum is just a lot easier to work with. It's an extrusion, it should be relatively straight, and it'd be a whole lot lighter than like a stainless steel or steel. And they could get that to me, and my price was gonna be like 70 bucks, I wanna say. And I might get a little better price than some, maybe others get better prices than me, but that should be about mean. Anyway, it would have been Wednesday, and today is Thursday. I wanted to pick it up tomorrow. The Thursday and Friday are generally my less busy days, and if I have to drive all the way into Houston, which is like an hour each way, do that, I'm not busy, then I'm not busy. They didn't have that, but they could get hot rolled steel, which again is a pretty straight metal and should be relatively true. It'll probably be, you know, if you put it on it, if you're able to chuck it up in a lathe end to end, have that centered and check it, there'll probably be a few thou maybe run out in that. It's not, I don't think that's necessarily unusual for that kind of a bar, but it's okay. I think it'll get us close enough. And it was like 80 bucks, so it costs more, but it's also probably like 100 pounds more than the aluminum is. So whatevs. And it's hot rolled. It's cold rolled. I'm sorry, it's cold rolled, which usually tends to be a better end product, less material warpage and less mill scale, stuff like that. So I probably could have got it cheaper had I went with just like a regular metal. But these are just things. But anyway, for 80 bucks. I'm getting this. I'm going to 3D print these guys. I got the bearings out so I can get those measurements on the inner races, the outer races, and I know to do the inside to about a little over 1 inch to get the tube through, and we'll set it all up and we'll have our jig done. The other thing I got to do is take these guys off. What I'm going to do is I'll make a line on either side so I can use that to line these up to make sure that we get these houses, you know, where they need to be, which it won't make that much of a difference. They can be clocked a few degrees and it really wouldn't make any difference. But what I'll do is take a center drill and I'll drill a couple holes on either side. Now a center drill is like a regular drill, but instead of I think it's a 110 degree tip, it has a 90 degree tip, so it cuts straight in a lot better. And what we can do is we can use the caliper to measure from those two divots. So we'll write that down before, and then when we put it back together and weld it, we'll measure it again, and we'll know exactly to the thousandth how much was taken out of the axle. So we'll know what needs to be cut off the axle. I think I already talked to you guys about this, but I called up Moser and discussed with those guys a few things, and they said there's a few ways they can do it. They can do the measurements. They said they only need to be accurate within like an eighth, you know, which makes sense because that the axle can move a little bit. It's not a big deal. So I can give them to the thou. That they said that'll work for them just fine. They can get those made. It'll cost me like 400 bucks, and I have to pay extra for wheel studs too. So yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But hey, we'll finally get this thing done and get it back up in there, which will be good. And bam, like that, we have 6 feet of 1.5 inch cold rolled steel. The thing is heavy and it's corroded, so it's probably been sitting at a warehouse quite. So that's the problem with that's a cold rolled. No, yeah, it's cold rolled steel. The cold rolled steel has a very thin layer of mill scale on it, and this being Houston and humid is all get up. Metal doesn't like to last long here, so you know it's like rah. So what I'm going to do is we'll take the pipe polisher to it and see if I can get that cleaned up. See if we'll just polish off there. We went ahead and hit this guy with the pipe polisher, and it looks a lot better. There's still, you can still see some, if you get right up on it, you can see like some spots where it's, you know, pitted a little bit, but it's not that bad. Definitely better than what it was. And it's miking within about a thou of what it's supposed to be, so that's good. Coated it with some WD-40, and this will serve our purpose. What I'm going to do is take the bearings inside, and we are going to get these guys from the ends of our housing. They're right down there on the tool still, and the center carrier bearings, which are like the inner race, like the outer races. We'll get those guys, and we're going to go in the CAD. I use Fusion 3.6. We'll get these guys, we'll get them printed. I'll probably do like a couple little quick, real super thin, like maybe 1/8 of an inch, you know, wide bearing, just to make sure that it's fitting in the holes. All right, we got our first print, and just checking fitment. Oh, that's actually pretty decent. It's probably just a tad snug though, because I'm going to make these guys a few inches wide. So what I'm going to do is just take maybe a couple thou out of that, and it should be pretty good. So we'll try that. But that's good. That gives us a good idea of where we're at. Can actually measure this guy. Doop. Yeah, so it's a little bit, that makes sense. It's a little bit on the thin side. So let's bump that guy out a little bit so it doesn't, so it allows the tube to go in. And we'll print another one. Give it a try. Back with number 2. I think I got the inside right this time. Yeah, that's pretty good right there. And the outside, don't know what my neighbors are doing. The outside is like a couple thou off, so I think I need to make it a little bit, Actually, that feels pretty good, so I'm gonna roll with that. So we'll extrude this guy out, and so what I'm gonna do is we're going to make this guy here full width of the bearing carrier. So this is going to be you know, probably about almost 1 inch, and then on the inside what I'm going to do is about halfway through here I'm going to extrude this up maybe another 3 inches, so it's like a peg basically. And what that extra 3 inches will do is ensure that everything gets centered. So we'll do that on the inside and the outside. So we'll have this held firmly in the race, and then we'll have a good portion of the meat holding the bar on the inside there. So pretty good. 8 hours later, Bob just woke up. So did I. So here is our new print, and so what I thought I would do was I click here, and this is like maybe 1.5 inches wide. Well, it's 1.25 inches wide. And I threw a circle on there, and I went to extrude, and I said extrude 3 inches, and I meant for it to go that way, and it went the other way. And I just was like, yeah, good enough. So, so there it is. It is a little loose, a little looser than I'd like, to be quite honest. That sucks. So might reprint that and just maybe take another thou, put another thou smaller on this guy. Don't know why it did that. Let's get that RTV out of there. Yeah, and we'll throw the cap on there and see what it does, but it feels like it needs to go a little bit bigger there too. So, don't know what happened. We ran those 2 tests. I thought I had it nailed down, and yeah, maybe not. So. Yeah, so you got to make this a little bit bigger too. So maybe a thou in each direction. See what it does. Back to the lab. So yeah, I don't know how much video this is, but I think this will wrap up this episode. So until next time, what? So please go check out my website. It is monkeyfabgarage.com, and we got all kinds of cool turbo stuff. Stuff to help you build your car, welding supplies, stuff that I use in my welding, and it's just monkeyfabgarage.com. I'd really appreciate it. It really helps me out. I depend on this to pay my bills, yeah, until next time, this is Mike Monkey Fab signing out.